Okay, maybe let's start. Like, tell me about
Yeah.
yourself.
So, hi guys, how's it going? Yeah, my name's Brady. I'm a teaching professional. I've been doing it for the last 7 years. That's the train going by in the background. So yeah, quite a bit of experience teaching new golfers. I'm also a player myself. Played in college, played a lot of junior stuff. Kind of switched over to the teaching side. I still play a little bit here and there. I'll play a couple events throughout the season. So I think today we're just talk a little bit about my golf game, kind of Diaz, your channel, what you're kind of doing here, and yeah, show you guys some swings. Maybe give you a little bit of advice that will resonate with you for the new school golfer, right? If you're just kind of getting into the game. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy some of this content. We're gonna have more coming out. Right now we're just getting warmed up.
Yeah, let's talk about the warm up. Like, I saw usually people like to start with the drivers, right? And this is a big mistake.
Yep.
So, what's to start your warm up?
So you should always start your warm up with something lower, like some wedges. And honestly, you're trying to kind of like start the engine of the golf swing, right? So you're trying to warm up. The driver is our biggest swing, right? So if your body's not warm, you know, say you just wake up, you're out here in the morning, to get loose, you should always start with some like chip shots, right? And then gradually get into like a full swing. So I've been out here teaching and hitting a couple shots, so I've kind of made it into my full swing. But if I was starting the day, I'd grab something like my sand wedge or my 50 degree, and just to get warmed up, I'm gonna hit some shots. And my main focus when I'm doing this is just to keep my body moving.
Okay.
Right, so I'm trying not to kind of use my hands and arms. So I'm just starting this. In our golf swing, we're gonna have a turn, right? We wanna turn and our hands and arms kind of follow us. So we're just kind of getting into moving our body and getting warmed up. This could take, you know, I'll probably hit like 5 of these shots before I start doing a bigger swing, but I'm getting comfortable feeling the golf ball on my club face. And again, just getting the body moving.
Nice.
Yeah, so guys, too, I would say like for the new golfer as well, if you're just learning the game, it's better to kind of learn from chipping and putting first, really chipping, because you can kind of build your swing from that, right? We want to get comfortable feeling the golf ball and hitting the center of the face, kind of seeing the ball pop up into the air. So if you've never played before and you're kind of coming and we're doing this like big swing, it's going to be very hard to hit the golf ball right away. We'll have to be pretty coordinated and pretty athletic. So if you can kind of start where you hit a couple shots just like that, feeling the golf ball, and you can gradually start to make your swing a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Right, so now, you know, I've hit a couple, I'm gonna just continue to make it a little bit bigger. I'm not trying to kill it, just trying to be smooth, and again, just trying to feel the club face.
And a piece of advice from me would be like, go for the lesson, for sure. Like, invest in your game, go for the lesson. That's what I did. That's how I met you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say that it's improved my game drastically.
Yeah.
Really. So,
For sure.
I think here we just wanted to show that how to start, but the best piece of advice would be go for a lesson.
Yeah, I would say that's very true, because everyone is a little bit different, and you're going to be working on a little bit different stuff with everyone. So some people that I have, like I'll say some things that will resonate with them, that might not resonate with the next guy.
Yeah.
Right, so it is good to kind of like find a coach that first off you're comfortable with, you have a nice rapport with, you can kind of go back and forth, right? You can tell them a little bit about your golf game, or if you're just kind of a newbie. But yeah, get comfortable with someone that kind of knows a little bit more than you, has been playing and is a pro, and then it will make you a little bit more comfortable with the game, because there's a lot of advice out there too, like you'll just see on Instagram or YouTube, right, where you can take these clips or maybe do these drills, but you really want to find like a personalized coach, I would say, because again, different things are going to resonate with different people, And the more, you get comfortable with someone, the coach is going to realize, what's working for you and what things you kind of need to hear and what you need to work on. And it's much easier to kind of do that when you're talking to someone. It's a lot harder to kind of do a drill where you're looking at like an Instagram video, or like I get a lot of clients that come to me like, I was doing, this drill or whatever. And it's like, that's cool. And some of that stuff might work for you, but it's definitely can be beneficial if you have someone in person that you're kind of going back and forth with.
Yeah, and I remember the interview with Tiger Woods. He said, like, don't watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, go for a lesson. Yeah, because you can improve it like much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably like when I met you, remember I asked you like, hey, do I need to buy expensive golf clubs, like, or it's okay to buy like used one? Like, what is your thoughts about it?
So I would say definitely depends on the level of the golfer. So if you're just getting into the game, I'm not going to say you need to go out and buy the new TaylorMades or Callaways or Titleists.
Okay.
You can probably do something where, there's a lot of good secondhand clubs out there, right? Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, stuff like that. Like, it is a good spot.
Yeah.
Once you kind of get to that next level and you really, kind of take a liking to the game, and then you get a little bit more hooked, that's when I say you're going to be like, okay, maybe let's go get fit for a set of clubs. Like, if you're going to buy that top of the line, you might as well go get fit for them. Your game's kind of starting to take steps. You're ready to make a little bit more of an investment.
Yeah.
Then you could go get fitted. And I mean, Callaway, Titleist, TaylorMade, all the top of the line stuff is really, really good, high performing. But you can get around, right? If you're a newbie, you don't need to go spend a couple $1,000s on clubs. You can go to the secondhand store, get a 7-iron, get a driver, get a wedge, right? If you have those 3, I'd say 4. You need a putter, a wedge, a 7-iron, and a driver. We can work from that, and then as your game starts to evolve, that's where you can get into like, all right, let's get some clubs.
Yeah.
You can drop a buck now and kind of have that, because the nice clubs are nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a TaylorMade guy myself.
I remember I just asked my friend for his old clubs, and he gave me like 14 clubs. It was a retro clubs. If you remember Wilson, very old ones.
Yeah.
He said it is perfect for the beginning, for the start. And yeah, after I used them, I improved my game, and then I said, okay, I can buy some nice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think the next question is about the balls, right? Like, what about the balls?
So golf balls, as a beginner, this is a tough question too, for sure. So I would say you don't need to go out and buy the Pro V1s, the TP5s, these balls that are super, super expensive.
Okay.
Like, you can go ahead and get like more of, so those really expensive balls, you have to have like some swing speed to kind of compress it. When you're just getting into the game, we're looking for more of like a softer golf ball. And usually those ones end up being not as expensive, which is great.
Okay.
Right? So you can go into a golf shop. I wouldn't think like, oh, I'm going to buy the most expensive ball because it's going to be the best.
Okay.
That like lower level golf ball, again, it doesn't really matter which brand, but one that's like a little bit softer is usually good for a beginner. So you guys don't need to go out and spend all your money on that, right? You'll realize too, if you get into the game, golf balls can go quickly.
Like a breakfast balls, right?
Yeah. So they can go quickly, but
what about the used balls? Like,
so used balls, I would say it kind of depends. So Diaz, I would say for you, like in this content, YouTube, like you're starting this YouTube channel, what would be like your main goal or mission statement of these videos and stuff that you're doing? Like, what content do you want to provide to your viewers?
I just wanted to show that golf, it's not expensive. First of all, you can play golf. Like, when I was on this game, like I thought that it's hard to play. It's almost impossible. That's why I get a lesson, right? And I just want to show that if you're gonna lesson, you're gonna understand the basic rules of the game, and it's easy to start. So I just want to kind of share this beautiful game with other people. Because when I invite my friends, they scare it. They scare like, hey, this is expensive, this is hard to play, and so on and so forth. So I'm just gonna give them a message that golf is simple if you know how to simplify it, and you actually can play it. Yeah.
That's very fair, and that's a great point too. And I think a little bit of direction goes a long way in this game, because as you said, simplify it if you know how to simplify it.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why having someone kind of behind you or walking you through like your journey in golf as you learn can be very helpful. Like I work at Kirby Links, par 3 course, great course, best par 3 course in the GTA.
Yeah, visited.
Of course. So, but I look down this range a lot of the time, right? And you're not necessarily going to get better just by going out by yourself and hitting 100 balls as fast as you can without thinking about anything that's kind of going on in your swing, and just think that it's going to come to you.
Yeah.
Right? We want a little bit of direction. We want to work on something. Like as we go to the range and practice, we want to kind of make steps.
Yeah.
Right? In the right direction. And with golf, you know, if you don't exactly know what you're doing or have any direction, that becomes very hard.
Challenging.
And it can be very simple, right? We can break it down, and, you know, a lot of people will come, and it's, especially with teaching, like it can be 1 or 2 like big things right away that they just need to hear. For example, like a lot of newbies, they like to really shift their weight off the golf ball or get taller and lower, right?
Yeah.
And a really good one is like thinking about maybe your zipper, right? When we turn in our golf swing and make our backswing, right, it's a very small club and it's a very small ball.
Yeah.
So if we can kind of keep the center line, right, we're turning around that, it makes it much easier to bottom out at the same spot and kind of like brush the grass where that golf ball would be. As soon as I start moving, right, I can hit back here, I can kind of go up here. If you can learn to like move your body a little bit without kind of going back and forth or up and down, it makes it a lot easier to strike that golf ball. And that's one that a lot of newbies do, and they just don't really realize exactly what they're doing. Like, why is it so hard to hit that spot? Well, if you shift way off the golf ball, it makes sense that it's going to be hard to hit that little ball with this little club, right?
Oh yeah. And if I'm gonna simplify it, I'm gonna say that if you're gonna go with YouTube and you're gonna realize and like build up your game by yourself, you're gonna make a ton of mistake, and you're gonna spend like maybe 2 years for like nothing. But if you're gonna invest in your game and go for lessons, like instead of 2 years, you can be a really okay at golf, like for even for 3 months or 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So you just simplify it, like, and if you're gonna calculate this, 2 years spending on a golf range balls, on the gear, on your time, versus investing in your game with golf lessons with a coach. You know what I mean?
100%. We can look at it that way. Like, look at your investment, right? What are you trying to get out of it? And, you know, if you really do want to learn the game and get better, and like, because again, I know it can be intimidating at times, but like if we can, as you said, simplify it a little bit and realize, you know, it's not that scary, and we can go out, have fun with our friends. We don't need to put too much pressure on it. And, you know, if we learn the basics of the game, you know, you'll be able to get around the golf course with your buddies and have a good time doing it, which is really the goal at the end of the day. Is the game's for fun. Right? I know it can be stressful at times, right? It can be a very frustrating game, but right, like at the end of the day, we're trying to make it fun. Like when I have people come to me for lessons, like I want to make sure that they have a good time throughout the hour or hour and a half session that we're having, because that's the point of it.
It's good for your health, for your mental health. It's good for your overall health, because you're doing over 10,000 steps if you're not using the cart, right?
100%.
And you got some physical activity. It's just great sport for, and you can play it at 15, at 16, at 60. Hey Brady, thanks a lot for your time. Yeah, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So this YouTube channel we just started, and we just wanted to simplify the game for you guys. And again, thanks to you.
Yeah, good luck with everything.
Yeah. Hey, I just forgot what they should do. Subscribe, right?
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Like,
subscribe.
comment, subscribe. Yeah, you got
I never thought I'm gonna do
it. Yeah.
But It is what it is.
I guess you have to if you do the YouTube thing. No, it helps. It helps. I hope you guys like it. And I think coming in multiple different languages as well, which is really cool.
Okay, I think this is it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
that was it.
can you do a DOD?
Absolutely. I hope.
Oh, that's nice.
I was actually hit pretty good. That was first try. Guys, if you like this, if you enjoyed, I also have a channel, Brady Golfs on Instagram, Brady Golfs on YouTube. Golfs with the Z at the end. The S was taken. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.